Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma in North Saanich at the beautiful Victoria Airport on Hospital Hill. And you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, we meet some eager students who are excited about learning. And Dan Kahn sits down with our very own award-winning Daphne Good to chat about some of the highlights of her career. All that and much more on Go Island. Hello and welcome to my neighborhood. I am in North Saanich, just off of Mills Road in West Saanich, overlooking Patricia Bay. Victoria International Airport's behind me, and we're actually on Hospital Hill. James Bogus with the Victoria Airport Authority. I am so excited about all the changes, all the new development, all the fun things that people can do as they explore the airport. Let's begin with the 10K trail.
Yes, well, we actually just completed that trail in the last few months, and we are so proud to finally interlink the entire airport surrounding all of these wonderful vistas with a walking path and cycling path, and we do invite the community to come out and have a look. And I should also mention, as part of this walking trail, we did some really fun things, which I'm going to talk to you about today.
Let's begin with Hospital Hill. What's here?
Sure. Well, Hospital Hill, as you can see behind you, is really a bit of a memorial to what used to be here during World War II, and that was obviously a functioning hospital. These two gates behind you were actually restored. They are the original gates. The tops were put on, but as part of that restoration, we wanted to bring some history back to this area of the airport. I can tell you, I've worked for the airport 13 years. I had no idea about what was here during World War II. And in addition to that, we've also installed some gardens. We did work with the North Saanich Heritage Commission to pick the right plantings appropriate for this area, which we were very proud about. So beautiful vistas of the airfield, gorgeous scenery for all to enjoy.
And you know, one of the cool things when you come here is you can learn. That's right, you can learn all about the history of this area. Let's talk about these plaques that are all throughout the 10K trail.
So these are brand new. We actually installed them just a couple of weeks ago, and we have 9 of them in total around the entire airport, what we call flight path. That is our name for our trail, as you say. So this particular one talks all about Hospital Hill. It actually speaks to these gates and monuments, and more importantly, tries to bring that history back to life. We were able to find some great photographs working with our partners at the Sydney Archives, also the Royal BC Museum. They had a wealth of information. The other thing, we were very fortunate, the government, when they transferred responsibility to us as the airport authority back in '97, we did inherit some archives.
Nice.
So between all of those photos and our partnership, it made a real difference to creating this. I should also mention each sign is unique. So this particular one is for Hospital Hill, but we talk about other areas of the airport, about the terminal building, how that all came to be. We also talk about our 2 creeks, Ray and 1010. We even tell people all about those funny looking buildings on the airfield, like that orange and white one you see in the distance. What the heck is that? Well, we actually explain it on these signs.
Oh my gosh, I love it. They're also very cool to look at because if you look at the side profile of them, this looks like a propeller.
That's right, you picked that up right away.
Yes.
We really wanted to stay with an aviation theme, but at the same time, we needed something that was very durable. So you'll feel that the finishing, of course, you know, hate to say it, but anti-vandalism to make sure we keep that reduced, and very easy to clean, but functionally, it's a sleek look that does give you that aeronautical feel.
I love it. And if you do get a little thirsty as you bike or walk or run the 10K, no fears, my friends. You can stop at the water fountain. There's water for your water bottle, for you, and your pooch. I know that one of the benches is dedicated to my very dear friend, Peter Shearing, so I often come here and hang out with Peter, who is flying, I'm sure right now, in his Angel Jet. Now, we're so enthusiastic about this little piece of heaven here because we live here, we love this place, and we hope everyone comes out and enjoys it. But there is nothing like seeing young people enthusiastic about learning, and Raji Kabli hung out with a few kids that are passionate about learning. Well, I'm learning a lot wandering around the brand new 10K trail that surrounds the Victoria Airport. James, it's been so educational to learn all the different parts of what makes this place special. Tell us a little bit about the creek here.
Yes. What I didn't know until I actually worked at the airport is we are very fortunate to have two streams on airport property, both originating near the airport. In fact, Ray Creek, this is a very well-known creek only to locals. It is a fish-bearing stream that actually originates, used to originate in the middle of the airfield before the airport was built.
Right.
Kind of like a boggy, marshy area that, of course, was drained when the airport was built back in World War II. However, this particular stream does support salmon, and that's a big differentiator compared to another stream we have called 1010. Now, unfortunately, practices of days gone by environmentally are not what they are today.
Right.
And unfortunately, the creek was quite polluted back in the 60s, 70s, and really upwards into the 80s.
Yeah.
So one of the things the airport did on top of building a sign to talk about the creek is we actually stepped up. And in 2012, we invested almost $250,000 and we built a 200-meter bypass channel to remove all the polluted area away from the fresh water, which now flows around the stream.
Wow.
And you can imagine if you were a happy little swimming fish, having clean water to take in is much, much better than polluted water. So clearly, that was a big enhancement for the creek. And I do want to highlight one of the things we do talk about are all the partnerships that the airport took on.
Fun.
So anglers, Peninsula Streams, and a lot of local volunteers. And without them, none of these things would have happened.
Well, and if you look over at this plaque, you can pause, take the time, and really learn about this area and about the project. Very cool.
Yes.
We're going to continue to tour around the 10K and show you some other really special places in just a moment. But speaking of special, Daphne Good, she has been the face of community television on Vancouver Island for decades. She is a talent, but mostly she is one of the most giving people I've ever met. And I'm not the only one who noticed. In fact, she just received a very prestigious award. And our very own Dan Kahn decided to sit down with Daphne Good and talk about her experience working in community television. Congratulations, Daphne Good. I can't think of anyone who deserves an honor like that more. We are having a wonderful time here at the Victoria International Airport. There's a brand new trail. It's 10 kilometers. You can bike it, walk it, rollerblade it, and there's so many things to do and see along the way. Like you can stop at the BC Aviation Museum. They have a brand new sign. It's open every day 10 to 4. They have a great gift shop, and if you've never been there, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You have to check it out. Now we have to take a very short break. When we come back, we are going to meet a couple that have decided to introduce all of us to a species each and every day. I'm just walking the brand new 10K trail that loops around the Victoria International Airport in North Saanich, and I'm having a good time because I'm learning, I'm exercising, I'm enjoying some beautiful scenery, and of course it's always fun to watch the planes come and go. Now this is one of the plaques that they have just installed. This actually talks about the agricultural history in North Saanich. So fascinating. And of course, if you start reading about agriculture, you might get hungry. No worries, you can just stop at the Spitfire Grill for a little bite to eat. Now, here's a very interesting story for you. There is a couple who are biologists and have decided to introduce you to all the species that live in their backyard through blogging, painting, photography. Paul Ballstein with that story. Don't forget your camera when you come and experience the new 10K trail. That is one of the coolest things to do when you come out to the Victoria International Airport in North Saanich, because there's so many things you can take a picture of, from bald eagles to the seals in Patricia Bay to also the aviation that's happening, helicopters, little planes, jets. And of course, if you want to know a little bit more, there are plaques everywhere. You can stop and learn about the things that make this place special. Of course, the military history here is so rich. And presently, the 443 Maritime Helicopter Squadron is building a brand new facility. If you haven't been out here in a little while, my gosh, it is amazing. It's just a very, very cool modern facility. We have to take a short break. But go nowhere. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to a guy who will get you totally excited about composting. Welcome back to Go Island. We are at the Victoria Airport today because there's a new trail that circles the airport with all sorts of cool things to check out along the way. These new plaques will give you a history of everything from the original hospital that was here to the military, but this has to be one of my favorite plaques. This is about not only the seaplane base here, but Patricia Bay. I happen to live on Patricia Bay, and I just learned literally 1 second ago as I looked at this plaque why it's called Pat Bay. Patricia Bay was actually named after Princess Patricia, Queen Victoria's granddaughter, on September 28th, 1912. Who knew? Now, speaking of knowledge, helping save our planet and keeping Mother Nature happy is all about education. And there is a man who is absolutely determined to get all of us composting. Okay, here's a great idea. The long weekend is here. This is a perfect opportunity to get everything you need, start your own composting center right at home. Go get all the things you need, set it up, and you're ready to go. You know another thing that everyone can do this weekend as they celebrate Victoria Day? Come take the 10K route around the Victoria Airport, and then after running or walking or hiking or biking for 10K, you'll have a great appetite. You're gonna wanna stop here in Patricia Bay and have a beautiful picnic, watch the float planes, enjoy all the beautiful marine life here. And you know why it's ideal? Because Patricia Bay was named after Patricia, who is Queen Victoria's great-granddaughter. I know! Happy Victoria Day right here in Pat Bay. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you sometime soon right here in North Saanich.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir, casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.